Hi everyone, I'm Jonalynn and welcome to the most relaxing stretching video you will ever find. These are all going to be passive stretches for the lower body, and I thought that we could target the hip flexors and the low back in particular, along with the inner and outer thighs, because I know all those areas get very tight. And you're going to need 2 to 4 pillows, maybe a fifth one for your head if you would like. And let's go ahead and get started. So this first stretch is for the back of the legs. Oh, that feels really good. On my lower back, that felt so good. It immediately just like popped, and I could just feel it lengthening immediately. So yes, as you can see, you're just going to lay down with your legs nice and supported on the pillows, whether you want to use 2 or 4. I wanted to do 4 because I knew that I wouldn't be able to get as much support if I only used 2. But if you do not have the range of motion to do 4, then by all means do 2. So that's pretty much what we're doing. I'm just gonna lay here for at least maybe 30 seconds to a minute. And if you need more time, then by all means take it. You can even close your eyes and just relax and feel your back and your legs just stretching. Yeah, that feels really nice on my back. Oh, I knew I felt something. It's April Bunny. I thought she might come over and visit if I started doing anything on the floor like this, where I just look kind of, I don't know, just like a log. April Bunny. I can even feel the tops, like my hip flexors and inner thighs, just kind of relaxing as well. So that's a very nice feeling. So just breathe in and out, nice, even, relaxed breaths. I can hear April Bunny in my ear. Guessing she's near my head. Yeah, got some new stuff going on in your environment, don't you? Another thing you can do, thank you, April Bunny, for just reminding me of that when I went to look at her. So you can take your head and turn it side to side too. And that feels really nice on the neck. I'm going to try to not run over April Bunny's feet if she comes by here again. Oh, it feels so nice. Oh, I don't even want to leave because it's just, I know it sounds like I'm making a big deal out of this, but honestly it just feels so relaxing to do this. Ah, it's a bug. Okay, that wasn't relaxing. There was a bug attacking my face. Okay, so unfortunately I'm going to go ahead and have to move on to the next stretch. So for this next one, I'm going to take the 2 pillows that are on top and place them over here. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to flip over. And so this is for the hip flexors specifically. Yeah, I think 2 pillows was plenty. You can just take your hands like I've just done and make a nice little pillow for your head. Or you can use an actual pillow if you would prefer. I think I'm going to do this so my head and neck is kind of straight and centered rather than being kind of twisted a little bit. to get a really nice stretch through the front and backs of the, well, so the hip flexors and the back, lower back in particular, I highly recommend doing this series of stretches, the first one that we did and now this one, more than once. And of course, keep breathing nice and evenly. I feel like I'm kind of tending to go over a minute on these stretches already, but they do take time as well to really feel them. I almost felt like somebody was touching my toes. I didn't know if it was April Bunny. Could have very easily been. I guess I'll find out when I review this. Okay, so let's just carefully. Alright. Now, this next couple of stretches, if range of motion is not really, like, you have no range of motion because let's say you've had some kind of surgery and you do not have the okay to do it, then these two are maybe a little bit more advanced. So if that's the case, then just skip these and stick with the other two. But if you do have the range of motion and the okay, then let's go ahead and move on to the next stretch. So for this one, so you're going to flip over. So this is for the inner thigh. I'm actually going to put this down. Okay. So you're going to take and bend your knee and put your leg on here. Whoa. I can feel that. I can definitely feel that. This one can be a little intense, but it does feel good if you just kind of let it happen and keep calm, keep breathing. My foot doesn't feel entirely supported. There we go. Okay. That feels good. That's nice. Well, hopefully April Bunny will come back for another visit, but we'll find out. Sorry, I don't want to just look like I'm sleeping on you. But this is very relaxing. So, how do you like my outfit for today? I've actually had these pants for a little while, but the tops I should say, because it's actually two parts, as you can probably tell by the colors. I got at Marshall's. Marshall's was a nice find actually, and I'll talk about it more in a second. Let's go ahead and move to the other side. Anyway, so as I was saying, I found out about Marshall's recently. I didn't even know what it was until, I don't even know like how it came up, but I was really needing some new clothes. As you can probably tell, I wear a lot of the same kind of outfits. and just, clothes in general, just to wear on an everyday basis. And so I found out about Marshalls, and went and took a look at their clothing selection, and I was very pleasantly surprised because they actually had quite a bit of stuff. And of course, the big thing is that it's like very much marked down in price from what you would pay if you were to go and get it from the store that the clothes originally came from. So that's how I was able to get this little sweatshirt thing and shirt underneath it. Actually got some other tops as well. Some of which you may see on the channel at some point. Couldn't really find much for pants though. I did try one or two pairs and they didn't really fit very well though. Okay. Every time I move, I feel like something, my back or my neck or something moving around. I'm noticing. Alright. So this next one might be considerably intense. So work with your range of motion, as I have been saying. And another thing is you might consider taking, I should have mentioned the, oh baby girl. I should have mentioned this before. For the previous stretch that we just did, you could take 2 pillows and stack them, like we did earlier. So for this last stretch, well, I don't know that it's going to be the last stretch. I think we might do one more thing after this. We're going to, let's see, gonna lay flat down and gonna take this leg and then, so we're basically doing, well, let's move that. There we go. So you're basically doing a supine twist, although probably not the full range of motion that you would normally do in a supine twist. But the basic shape is the same. My hip is very tight, I can tell, across this outer part here. April Bunny's investigating again behind the camera. He's actually checking out the camera equipment. So, if it doesn't feel good on your arms, you can always take the arms and just kind of do this with them. And you can move the neck as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and move our pillows to the other side. And so, of course, you can take and support your leg, with your hands and guide it. I guess I didn't really do that, but you get the basic idea. That side is very tight. Put the leg out. This one may not feel quite as relaxing as the others, a couple of the others that we did earlier. Even for me, I notice that I'm quite tight in my hips, so I'm not going to spend forever on this one. Alright, go ahead and that one. So, for our final relaxation posture, I guess you would call it, or stretch, this one's going to be for sure for... April Bunny, what are you doing, baby girl? Baby girl, don't chew that. April Bunny is, I don't know, like I said, investigating the camera equipment. It's not a big deal as long as she doesn't chew it. But she was kind of mouthing on it for a second there, and that kind of worries me whenever she does that kind of stuff. Okay. So for this final stretch, you're going to need your 4 pillows again. And this is actually one that I learned before I had my hip replacements done, because I was suffering from a lot of lower back pain. So this is our final posture for today, and I just thought it would be a really good thing to end with, because it's taking a lot of pressure out of the lower back and just letting the spine kind of relax and be more straight than it would otherwise be if your legs were on the floor. So you can stay here as long as feels comfortable. And I'm just gonna do the same. Got some great background noise of April Bunny eating hay back there. I don't know if you can hear that. I was tempted to end the video just staying right here, but I can tell I can't think very clearly. I'm too relaxed to end the video properly, so I'm gonna go ahead and come out of this posture and run right into April Bunny, apparently. Okay, so baby girl. So that was our routine for today. I hope you found it to be very relaxing. And you can always return to it whenever you're feeling particularly tight, especially in the areas that I was talking about, and you probably felt, hopefully they relaxed for you through this series of movements. And yeah. So please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Make sure to hit the notifications bell if you do decide to subscribe, so that you are notified whenever I put out a new video. I post a new video every single week, And leave comments and questions below, especially if there's, you know, any other kind of type of video you would like to see. I will try to get to it as soon as I possibly can, and I will see you on the next video. Bye! Baby girl.